All right, everyone, get in here, sit down, and shut up. We've got stuff to talk about. It's week 6, and it's time for picks. Let's get right into it. 49ers are going to head to Seattle to take on the Seahawks in a division battle, and I think the 49ers do come away with a win. Vegas agrees with me and has them listed as favorites, even away from home. I just think the 49ers are going to be more desperate, although it is going to be a very close game. I could really see it going either way. I don't think one team is going to blow the other out or anything like that. But if the 49ers don't win, it could be trouble for them for the rest of the season. The Jaguars and the Bears head across the Atlantic to London for a 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time kickoff. Now, the Jaguars are listed as the away team, but one might argue that they're actually the home team for this one because they play so many games over there. I think that's going to make a difference, although I think I would have picked this game the same way either way. Vegas has the Jaguars as underdogs, but I don't care. I think the Jaguars will win this one outright. I actually think they blow out the Bears, so take a look at that. The Redskins head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Even though the Redskins have been playing pretty well the last few weeks, Vegas has given them 6.5 points against the Ravens, who they've deemed the favorite here to win. And I agree, Baltimore is going to win this game. I think the Redskins have quite a good team, but I'm not picking against the Ravens for a long time. They're going to have to hit a slump before I start picking against them. This one might get ugly. I think the Ravens are probably just going to run straight through them. The Cardinals head up north to Green Bay to take on the Packers. I'm a little worried about this one. I'm picking the Packers to win, but I think the Cardinals could maybe be an upset here waiting to happen. They always just seem to win as soon as everyone starts counting them out. I really don't like that about them. Murray's probably due a good game for no reason. The Packers also, as I said in my power rankings video, they seem like they can't make up their mind if they're a good team or a bad team. So it really feels like coin flips for me right now when you pick their game. I'm going Green Bay just because it is a home game for them, and that's really the edge I'm giving them. But overall, I'm not too sure about this one. The Houston Texans head to New England to take on the Patriots, who are huge underdogs here by an entire touchdown, actually, and for good reason. I think the Texans are probably going to boat race them here. New England starting Drake May for the first time this year. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't do that against the Dolphins. I know it was a division game and all, but the Dolphins, seemingly had no momentum. So that would have been like maybe the perfect time to really introduce him. Have very little, pressure on him, I guess, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe less pressure, though, against the Texans, who are expected to beat the Patriots. So, they're going to do bad regardless. But this is going to be a tough game. I don't know if the Texans' defense is, elite or anything like that. So maybe that has something to do with it. But either way, it's going to be the Texans by a lot. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers head to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Big game here, I think, for both teams, as the Saints are, after starting 2-0, have lost their last 3, and the Buccaneers can't seem to keep anything going. They kind of win, lose. It feels like maybe they won a couple games in a row there earlier in the year. I can't quite remember anymore, but it just feels like they've been going back and forth here. I mean, 3-2. It doesn't really matter if they're not. They're essentially accomplishing that. Where they're not being very streaky. And a big win here, especially away from home for them, could mean a lot. Now, the Bucs are favorites by 3.5 points, so, they are giving them the favorite here, even though they're the away team. That's pretty big. I'm definitely picking the Buccaneers. I do not think the Saints are that good of a football team, especially with the rookie quarterback starting. That's going to be tough. Derek Carr's out for a while, and while you might argue that may not make much of a difference for the Saints because he doesn't seem to have been playing very well the last few weeks, I think it makes a bigger deal than you think. So that's why I'm picking the Buccaneers. I probably would have picked them even if Derek Carr was playing, but definitely without him. The Browns are heading to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles, and let me tell you, Vegas has deemed the Browns complete underdogs here. 8.5 points they're giving them against the Eagles. However, I don't care. I think the Browns win this game, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the Eagles suck. They are not a good football team, and this is going to be another nail in that coffin and another point proven by me. I think the Browns go into Philadelphia, come out with a win, and the Eagles, who knows? Maybe they'll follow suit like the Jets did and fire their head coach, but I don't think the Eagles are going to win this game. Really don't. Even at home. I think the Cleveland Browns are going to go down there and just smack them across the mouth. Very close game here in Tennessee as the Colts head down there to take on the Titans. I'm not really sure who I'm picking here. I kind of like the Titans. I'm going to go with the Titans. It's honestly a coin toss. Pick whoever you really want here. I'm choosing the Tennessee Titans. They are at home. The Colts just seem a little bit out of whack right now. I don't know if Anthony Richardson's going to start. I don't know if that actually makes much of a difference. I think the Titans will get the win. I really like the Titans. I watched them play against the Dolphins. The way I like their head coach. I think the Titans, I maybe have said this, I think they're maybe a year or two away from being a really good team. I think they're building something down there, And this will be really one of those games where it just shows that they're going to get there. They just need, perhaps some better talent around. The Chargers are heading to Denver to take on the Broncos, and the Chargers are actually favorites in this game, which really surprises me. The Broncos at home with maybe the best defense in the NFL. I don't know if it's maybe the, but it's definitely one of, at least, best defenses in the NFL. So this is really surprising. I know the Chargers are coming off the bye week, and a lot of times that really makes a big difference in the NFL. That team coming off the bye week really does pretty well against the team not coming off the bye week. So, maybe that's at play here, but I don't care. I think the Broncos defense will have no problem shutting down the Chargers, and they'll score enough points to get the win. The Steelers are heading to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders, and they're only 3-point favorites in this game. I'm picking the Steelers because I just don't think the Raiders are that good of a team, and overall, I think the Steelers are built well to beat bad teams. It's the good teams I think they're going to struggle against because they just refuse to have a passing game, it seems. I did say that I think if Russell Wilson had played against the Cowboys, the Steelers would have won that game. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe we see him here this week against the Raiders, perhaps. Maybe not. Maybe they just stick with Fields, and I think that will be a good enough. Either way, though, Steelers will win this game, probably by more than 3, honestly. Falcons heading to Carolina to take on the Panthers and get their 4th win of the season. I really like the Falcons here. I can't see the Carolina Panthers being able to put up much of a fight. Falcons just seem like a fun team right now, so it's a pretty simple pick. Falcons are 6-point favorites in this game, and I think they cover easily. The Detroit Lions, who are coming off of a bye week, head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys, and they're going to win quite easily here. The Cowboys are not good enough to beat the Lions. The Lions, of course, had just had a bye week, so it's going to be quite easy pickings for them as well. Now, for a bit of insider information here, go ahead, find out who the Cowboys play next week, and bet against the Cowboys. The Detroit Lions have got something going on. Go look it up. Teams that have just recently played the Lions do absolutely terrible next week. You're welcome. Our Sunday night game sees the Cincinnati Bengals head to New York to take on the Giants. The Bengals are favorites in this game, and I have to agree. I think they win this one quite easily. Not only do I think they're a much better team than the Giants, even though their records may not look like that, I just don't think the Giants are a good football team. I think they've gotten to take advantage of playing a team that just played the Lions. Seriously, go look it up. What happens to teams the week after they play the Lions? You'll thank me later. But overall, the Bengals are in desperation mode now. They have to win this game. And I think they come out and just absolutely boat race the Giants. The Monday night game sees the Buffalo Bills, who are the only team actually in New York in the NFL, head to New Jersey to take on a team that claims to be from New York in the New York Jets. The New York Jets have been deemed the 2.5-point underdogs for this game, but I don't care. I'm taking the Jets to win. I think they're going to have the little head coach boost with the new head coach they have, the interim defensive coordinator for them. The Buffalo Bills, who, don't forget, are being helped by the NFL to cover up the fact that Josh Allen did suffer a concussion in his most recent game, but they're not going to tell you that. They're going to suffer from that. I think Josh Allen will throw a few picks in this game. The Jets, who overall have had a pretty solid defense this year, will take advantage of that. The Bills have been kind of slipping here the last few weeks too, and I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to go absolutely off. Primetime game, and he's got to prove some people wrong. So you'll see him just, I think, rip the Bills apart, take first place over from them, and that's how the NFL week will end this week. So I got to ask you a favor. Hey, did I pick your team to win? If so, like the video because you agree with me, obviously. If I didn't, go ahead and comment down below. Tell me how wrong I am and how stupid I am. I won't mind. I'll have a nice little conversation with you. We'll talk about it. If you don't fall in either of those two categories, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel because that's what you're supposed to do. Either way, though, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next one.